This weather report brought to you by Right Price Roofing. Right choice, right price.
A cruel coincidence involving two babies born in different states has highlighted a national problem with newborn screening. They share the same name and have both been diagnosed with the same genetic condition, but only one has life-threatening symptoms.
Two babies born 3 months apart. They share the same name, Oakley, and the same cruel condition, spinal muscular atrophy type 1. But despite their similarities, they're now living very different lives. Oakley Atkins was born first in New South Wales. A heel prick test detected SMA.
My heart sank because I didn't know what it was.
It's a deadly genetic condition that affects the nerves that control muscle movement. With treatment, progression can be stopped, but only if it's detected early. The other baby, Oakley, was born in Brisbane. She was diagnosed at 8 weeks. By then, the damage was done. Oakley Goff is tube-fed and needs an oxygen machine to stay alive.
We're hopeful that we'll get as long as possible with her. We have no idea.
Right now, New South Wales and the ACT are the only places that screen newborns for SMA. In 2019, before Oakley was even conceived, the Australian Medical Association lobbied the Queensland government to include it in the budget.
To think that she could have lived, an almost normal life, and now she's got no chance of that.
Today, after the issue was highlighted on Sunrise, the Health Minister responded.
I have become aware of that in the last couple of days, and I do think it's worth us at least exploring.
Oakley's parents will continue their campaign. It's too late for their little one, but it could save other babies from suffering the same fate.
Time now for more on the weather, and Amelia joins us again from the hills tonight. We've got fine conditions as we head into Easter, Amelia.
Jane, we certainly do. The Easter long weekend's looking warm and fine. An excellent forecast if you're lucky enough to have the 4 days off, or perhaps you're heading away. But even still, we're looking at warmer temperatures from tomorrow. The mercury is set to rise. Whatever the weather, it's good chocolate-eating weather, and I've certainly been surrounded by it here at Melbourne's Chocolate Factory in Woodside. They're expecting 8,000 people through the door here over the long weekend to snap up some of the 3 tonnes of Easter chocolate that they've made in the lead up to the weekend ahead. We have had a sunny but mild day in the city today. We've stayed below 24 degrees, and it comes after a cool start. Our low was 10.7 at around 7:30 this morning. It was a foggy start here in the hills on and about the eastern slopes of the Mount Lofty Ranges, and about KI too. Top temperatures were generally below average and range from 31.1 degrees at Nullarbor to 21.1 at Cape Border. But we're set to warm up further soon as a high pressure system to the south gradually heads east this week. It'll reach the Tasman by Friday, making room for a low pressure trough to roll through on Saturday. Now that high will lead to a sunny afternoon in Melbourne tomorrow. 20's the top there, up to 23 in Sydney, 30 for Perth. Back home, and a generally fine days in store statewide, up to 29 degrees in Moomba, 31's the top for Maree, Port Augusta and Ceduna, 27 for Port Lincoln, Whyalla, Clare and Nuriotpa, 28 for Kadina, Murray Bridge and Renmark, 24 for Victor Harbour and 23 for Mount Gambier, with a chance of further fog about the southeast, Murraylands, KI and the southeastern slopes of the Mount Lofty Ranges again. In the city, down to 12 degrees overnight. Another cool start, then more sunshine's on the way. 27's the forecast top. On metro waters, we can expect easterly winds to 15 knots at first, becoming variable to around 10 knots in the morning. Then south to southwesterly to 15 knots in the afternoon, southeasterly at night, with seas below the metre mark. Taking a look ahead, and we're warming to 29 degrees on Wednesday. 31's the forecast top Thursday. Then, as we've heard, up to 33 degrees for Good Friday. 32 Saturday, before a change drops the temperature down to the mid-20s from Easter Sunday. Now, before I go, let's take a look at tonight's ray of sunshine.
Scarlett Tonkin started making earrings to pass the time during lockdown. Now, the Year 6 from Nazareth College has raised thousands of dollars for charities including Vinnie's and Catherine House.
I donate the money because seeing other people on the streets and stuff makes me sad, and I don't need the money like other people do.
Customers are asked to pay what they think the pieces are worth, but Scarlett, we think what you're doing is priceless.
So hats off to Scarlett. We can't wait to snap up some of those earrings, Jane. They look very nice.
They do indeed, and a great motivation behind it. Well, that's all the news we have for now. I'll have updates through the evening, but for now, from all of us here at 7, good night.